Hello and welcome back to Man of the Antz Plays the Solus Project. So, we did wander over to this save point last time, just for fun really, didn't we? But if you recall, we came along here, we saw the, why are they not open? Oh, they're opening very slowly. We saw the green staff man. Can we just squeeze, just want to squeeze through? And then we looked at the TV screens and read all the things around showing that it's been about 130 years, I think it was, since the local population of test subjects expired. And it showed quite clearly, excuse me, I had an itchy nose, quite clearly that they'd been tracking us since the moment our ship entered the atmosphere. They shot us down out of the sky, and then they've been tracking me ever since. And that is what we learn. And I have all these pictures around here of us in our little journey. Well, my nose is going mental. Oh, I do apologise. So, in terms of Oculus issues, which there are two ongoing if you recall, there was one which stopped me using the game record function within OBS Studio, which was my preferred method. Let's get our hot ball out. Was my preferred method of recording because it's just a bit easier and nicer to use in most circumstances. It is very dark actually. I'm going to stick with the torch for a second. Another save point, lovely. And there was the red flicker issue which occurs when the frame rate drops too much in the Oculus Mirror application. Well, that's one of those, that is one of the flying orbs, which appears to have gotten himself a bit stuck. And looks like he's been there for quite a while, judging by the dead body underneath. So to the best of my knowledge, the red flicker issue is still present. There hasn't been... I tested it with an Oculus update that last came out just as the sale started. And there were no issues with that. Let's just go around this side before we go up and over. Sorry, there are no issues. The issue hadn't been resolved, I should say. So there still did seem to be an Oculus red flicker issue. If you listen to previous videos, there seems to be relatively confirmed by someone who claims to be an Oculus developer. And it's not necessarily a fault, it's just that it was never really designed for this particular purpose that I'm using it for. It's just evolved since they originally had it. Let's turn this one off as well. I don't know why we're turning these off, but we are, and we've started now. So that's still ongoing. Where are we here? So we just come through here, haven't we? We're making our way up this windy little thing till we reach this massive plateau. So we're not far off. By the time we go up the next little laddery bit, which I guess is just up there, it's basically a straight shot. So we're 5 of 7 from the forbidden place. Yes, we are getting close. The other issue with Oculus and OBS incompatibility seems to have been resolved. There was an OBS update that came out today, only a... God, that freaked me out for a second. His head is regular human head. He's clearly a bit bigger than me. But that looks very much like a human skull to me. Do you recall all the normal sized people, like the dead people we saw just outside the room we were just in? They all had elongated skulls. Whereas this guy, for all intents and purposes, 5 fingers, 5 toes, similar relative size to the rest of his body, and a human-shaped skull. Isn't that interesting? So either we have found a race of giant humans, randomly, or the sky ones were just slightly bigger humans. So I wonder if these are the sky ones. I don't know why they would be corpses of the traitors on the path to their forbidden place. We could do with a little bit of food. We would lose a bit of water, but I think we're going to do that anyway. We have a bit of water on us anyway. We do tend to find a lot as you're walking around. So let's do that. So yeah, maybe the sky ones are humans, or proto-humans of some form. At the very least, they look like humans. What is going on in here? This is a freaky looking place, isn't it? Ah, I wonder what that sound was. Fan is up there. Okay, so we seem to have 3 doors. There are 2 of these. There is a sword lever as well. There is some food and water down there as well. Okay, so let's get that going. Oh, I see. So that's 3 and 1. That's 2 and 2. That's 1 and 2. So we can only open 1 door at a time, I'm guessing, by selecting the appropriate combination. We just stick a sword in there before we forget to do such a thing. So the moment we're on 1 and nothing, so let's... Is there a combination which doesn't match anything? That doesn't match. 1 and a close to shouldn't match. If we pull this now, I would expect nothing to happen. And predictably nothing happened. So what we want is a 3. And a 1. Because obviously we're going to go... Oh, we're already on 1. I'm going to put it. Obviously we're going to go to the left door first. If you've seen any of my previous videos, or series I should say, not videos, previous series, you will know that we always go left. Wherever there's a choice, we always take the left route. So that's just how we roll. Okay, so yes, the Oculus OBS recording issue seems to have fixed. The Oculus or VR issue wasn't, I'm going to say VR, it was an Oculus issue, wasn't recorded in the change logs. Excuse me 1 second while I just close the door because the cat is being a pain. The change logs didn't mention the VR issue being... Oh, I said it again. VR. It's an Oculus issue. Or an issue with OBS recording Oculus. It wasn't necessarily an Oculus fault. I should probably be quite clear about that. I don't think it's Oculus at fault. I think it was OBS. Or I'm making that up. No, it was an Oculus thing, wasn't it? Oculus updated to 1.15 and then OBS stopped working. So take that back. It was totally, totes an Oculus thing. We have 2 of these heat sticks. We do have one of those balls. Maybe I was thinking about saving that for how do I get out of this? For one of the cold ones, because we already have a... Oh, did I just do it? Oh, you bloody donut. Just thinking about saving that for one of the cold ones, and I've messed it up. Oh well. But anyway, yes, the OBS issue is resolved, so I'm now recording using the game mode, which doesn't make much difference for the Solus Project, because I'm recording that using the Oculus mirror anyway. So it's largely the same. Well, there's the button to turn that off. I guess we will do the right one next. I don't know why, I just feel that that would be the opportune thing to do. So we need this to be on 2. But for games like Chronos was one of the 2 and 1. One of the games where I had an issue because I had to record it as a full screen thing and then it started having issues, and those issues did eventually resolve themselves, but it's just easier and nicer to have the game mode. The game mode also has the feature to not show you the overlay. So if I get a Steam pop-up or an Oculus Home pop-up, you won't necessarily get those popping up on your screen, which is, I guess, kind of nice from a privacy side of things. If my friends happen to message me or something, that's not going to pop up and it's easily hidden in the OBS game recording. Wonder what that did. I can hear stuff moving. So it's just a preferential way of recording. I think it also has a slightly lower overhead as well, but honestly that doesn't really bother me too much. My system's relatively beefy. It's not insane. Like I've said before, my processor's about 5 years old now, but it is an i7, so it doesn't struggle too much generally with things. I wouldn't try to encode a video and play a game at the same time. I don't think that would go particularly well, but it generally handles most things without struggling too much. I am still planning on getting a PC when we move, which is potentially 5 weeks away at this point. I'm recording this on Thursday, just as the Steam sale has started, and it's 5 weeks tomorrow is our supposed move-in date at this point. Ooh, we like a little bit of stuff. Hollow Pilgrimage. Leaving the dead behind because they're slowing you down, I'm guessing that is. It was all for nothing. We draw our last breaths. The Sky Ones don't care. We were but pawns. They were watching the entire time and did naught. Breeder, my love, I hope you read this one day with our children. I hope you make it. Well, none of them made it, so sucks to be Greeder, I guess, doesn't it? Alright, then let's get this lit. So I'm still thinking about doing a full loop water cooling system as well. I don't really plan on overclocking too much. I'll probably tuck a little bit in there. I think if you do water cooling, you need to. It's sort of more from a noise point of view. I think if you're just having your CPU cooled, I think there probably aren't many noise savings from a water cooling solution. How far is he going to come down? But the graphics card, particularly I run an AMD graphics card, as I'm sure some of you are vaguely aware. My graphics card is insanely loud when it decides to get going. Like Planet Coaster in particular, just, oh. If the CPU fan gets going with Planet Coaster as well, because it's quite a CPU intensive game, and then the GPU gets involved and they hash it out, and the PC does get quite loud. And I think if you are doing both, then water cooling can be a little bit, or can be probably quite substantially quieter. That's the plan anyway. I'm planning on having sort of multiple radiators at the moment. My plan is to have 2 radiators. Ideally, I'm looking at getting sort of 2-3 fan radiators, but it depends on the case that I get, and I'm not too sure on the case yet. I was looking at getting one with a built-in HDMI port, and run. What does that do when it goes crazy? Just start shooting, I guess, by the sounds of it. See, so I was looking at getting a built-in HDMI port case, where there's one on the front, so I can plug the Rift in at the very front. So we are at the ladder up, by the look of it. That's what that looks like, doesn't it? I'm guessing this was opened with the switch in the eye that we got. But there aren't many HDMI fronted cases out there at the moment. They are relatively few and far between. There is an Enthu case which has one. It's a huge case, which I like, a nice big case, but it is a massive case. But that particular case is like £800 or something ridiculous, so no, thank you very much. I'm sure it's a delightful case, but I do not need to spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a case. There is I think it's an NZXT case, something like that, or is it NX? I don't know. You know the ones I mean. One of those has a HDMI, but it's a mid-tower case, and I like a nice full tower case. Whoa. That looks like it's going to be freezing. Let's not go in there. Let's push the little button, see what happens. That one door opens. Okay. And there is, what was the other case manufacturer that did one of the HDMI ones? Can't remember who they were now, but it wasn't a front-facing HDMI port, 'cause it's not a front-facing cage. I think it's like, I really can't remember who it is now. They're relatively new to case manufacturing, I think, but they're not a new company. They've been around, they do a lot of other things, cooling type things. And what they've done, resistant to heat stroke. I'll have that. So what they've done is they designed this huge case, which is designed to sit facing, the side faces you, not the front of the case. So the big kind of rectangular side of the case faces you instead, which is rather unique. So they have like a little display on it, and they have USB and HDMI ports down the bottom there as well. I know what the objective is, shut up. So yeah, that's not cheap, that particular case, but it's very big and customizable by the look of it. So that's a good old possibility. 6 or 7, excellent. How are we doing for time? 15, so we got time to probably make it there. They look dangerous, don't they? Another dead body. Excellent. Just gonna run. Gonna run and assume they'll try and attack us.
Wilson, record.
Oh, hello.
Someone or something is messing with me.
Yeah.
Parts of my own ship. Parts of the Solus 3 ship were propped up to form words.
Elongated head. Look at that.
History is preserved in these frozen caves. The skeletal aliens aren't skeletal down here. They're
No.
people.
Mummified.
Dead people. Embracing. Lying down. Waiting for death. Wonder what finished them off. Was it that smoke thing?
Probably the cold.
Them? There were so many traps and abandoned homes. These people definitely didn't die of exposure.
Really?
I even found a surveillance room of some kind. These people were being watched. And I think I saw one of the beings that were watching them.
Oh, you definitely did.
Something strange was going on here. I'm going to press ahead. I know I need to find a power source for the comms tower. From what I've seen down here, there should be one just ahead through these caves. I just need to brave the darkness. Scan out.
Scan out? Is that some sort of term I'm not familiar with for planet searching astronauts to use, or is that his name? Did we just learn a name? Is that something up there? No, it doesn't seem to be, does it? Let's take a quick closer look. Ooh, ooh, no. No, it's not. So yes, a full water cooling rig, that's the plan. I want to do the mono blocks to get the motherboard as well, so not the sort of relatively limited on motherboards. I'm kind of waiting for... Okay, need to run through these. Go, 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 go! Waiting for the Threadripper to come out a little bit. Which is the new AMD processors. I don't want to go stupid. Is that 7 of 7? 7 of 7. Pathway to the forbidden place. I don't want one of the... Well, I mean, I'd love one of the crazy kind of 24-core... like 40 hyper-thread processors or whatever they do. It's ridiculous. But that's probably a bit over the top. I don't need to spend like £1,000 on a processor. So one of the sort of the mid-range, you know, like, I don't know. Let's say like about £600, something like that should get you something that's more than enough. And that's you don't need to spend that much to game with, but if you're doing a bit of video processing, which it may surprise you to know I do a bit of video processing every now and then, one of those with a few more cores on does help a little bit. I'm also waiting for the new AMD Vega. Anything in here? Or is it just going to tell us what's around? Just tell us what's around. Oh, very hot. Let's get rid of you. The AMD, what the bloody hell is going on here? Pyramid. Forgot that was a thing. Huh. So they're just off building things by the look of it then. Waiting for my arrival. Which is, you know, freaky. Just a part. Just a part. We have a fan photo. I cannot even tell what that is. I'm guessing it's dropped the resolution because I had to drop the game settings down quite a lot for the red flicker issue. And yeah, I do not know what that is supposed to be. Should I just sleep, which is fine, because we'll sleep in a moment because we are... What are we now? We're getting up towards 20 minutes. Oh, that's new. That's new. Not seen that before. So we'll have a quick little scout around the back of the island. What we'll do, in fact, we'll get this out. We know that if we walk and press that, it goes bloody miles. Oh, God, and that's the downside to that, I guess, if you're a bit quick with it. So it doesn't look like there's anything over that side of the island. Let's fling that over there and give that a bit more of a chance to actually land, shall we? That seems a bit better. Yeah, I mean, look how far it goes. It's mental. So what do we have here? The last survivor. I alone made it. The others are gone. I watched the last of our people sputter their final frozen breaths as I pressed ahead. Through the strange doors I found the world of heat we expected, but it is no paradise. My skin burns, the air hot in my lungs. The Skywound's gates are locked. Why? Why do the Skywounds hide behind the walls of their silent fortress? They took us from our homeworld, they dropped us here, and they watched us. Why? They gave us a droplet of their wisdom and then left forever. Now it is just me, here, waiting. And there you are. You survived, mate. You made the gauntlet. The path to the forbidden place. Look at your husky, blackened skeleton from the heat. Okay, so it was none of that was words. Not a bit of that was a word you would understand, because it was gibberish. So I was just thinking I will have a very quick scout around sort of the back of the island here. And then I guess we'll probably go back in the cave if it's still raining so we can sleep. I'm a little bit hesitant to use the long-range teleporter. He says, flinging his long-range teleporter. So I wanted to avoid going into the ocean. That's what I wanted to avoid. Yeah, it's very hard to tell how far it's gone. Luckily, it's rather warm up here, so I should be okay. And I guess we're still heading this way. I was kind of expecting to see a few more... well, that's a little buff stone, isn't it? What are you going to do for us? Emit a faint light. That's a new one. I could see that being very useful in a lot of places that we are way past at this point, but no matter. I wondered if there'd be something hidden in there, and there is not.
Operator.
That'll do? That'll do. Oh god, no, that's way too far. See how far that went? Mental. So these things seem to go off as soon as you start getting too close to them. So I don't know if there's some sort of vague planetary defensive system, or if that's just a limitation of the game engine. If those things go off, that's going to bloody murder me. Oh, we have a couple of meteorites. We have one of these orbs we completely missed as well. Oh god! What was that? Guess one of those went off and I didn't even notice. What's this?
Tired. Sleep.
Oh, a little bit of plant. A little bit of plant. So did we check both of these out? I don't think we did we? And we looked at that one, but we didn't look in this one over here. Which is strange. You thought I would have checked out the rest of the... Aw. Look at the little doggy with a little dummy in his mouth. So the health pack down there, but we're going to sleep in a second anyway, so probably not too much import in that. Yeah, there go those things again. So is there anything we can see over there? Is that where we just went? I think that's probably where we just went, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, probably. Jesus Christ. That's amazing. Oh, it is exactly where we were, yeah. I'm genuinely a little bit frustrated it took us so long to learn of that. Look at that. Look at that.
Operator. Wet.
And no one else has really told me that they're playing the Solus Project or anything, but if anyone does ever ask me for any hints or tips on how to play, my immediate reaction is going to be walk with your teleporter, fire it around, save yourselves around, I don't know, several miles of walking by just flinging it long distance. Look at that. Crazy. I didn't even want to go over there. I just wanted to see how far it would go. So it doesn't seem like there's anything else particularly obvious around. I was hoping the rain would abate. Or that we'd find a cave we could sleep our way in, is what I was going to say there. And I realised that that's utter nonsense.
Operator.
So let's... I mean, I'm getting a little bit confused now. That's where we were. So this sort of area over here we haven't really explored.
Operator tired. Sleep.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting a little bit conscious of the fact that I'm taking a bit too long, really. That's the one that got me last time, that bugger. That bloody bugger. So there's a few plants around there, there's a few things, a few of these hexagonal rocks. I say hexagonal, I've never actually counted the sides. Which I've not really considered before, but you'd have thought with these very kind of defined ridges in them would be, let's say man-made. Artificial is the word I should use. So that's the artifacts that are around. We have obviously already found the artifact of life. I'll take a quick... Oh, let's not, because we'll probably just get killed by the things.
Wet.
Let's not do that. Crazy. More of these eye things and little meteorites. Lighten the path, I was going to say. That doesn't make much sense either, though, does it? What is wrong with me today? So there's a fantastically timed save point. Lovely stuff. Going to do that a couple of times, just to be sure. To be sure. And I'm still going to go in here and have a little sleep anyway.
Operator tired. Sleep advised.
So it's like there's food and water in here as well. And nothing that's immediately going to murder us. Thought I saw a bit of frame drop there, but I can't see any of the red jutter. Red jutter? Red flicker. Good lord, man. Use your words. Doesn't look like we'll find any water in this place, though, does it? Seeing as it's, lined with lava everywhere. Alright then, let's have ourselves a little kip. Hope you're still enjoying the Solus Project then. I mean, it is getting crazy now. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes up when we look through this forbidden place. Anything could happen. Anything at all. If you did like it, please do click the like button. It's genuinely very much appreciated. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to do that as well. That's also super cool of you. And if you do subscribe, you can click on the little bell button next to the subscribe, which means you get notified of any upcoming videos and series and that sort of thing. Any comments, you can leave them down below. Any comments, you can leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I see them, or you can get hold of me on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that. Good lord. Otherwise, I shall see you next time for more VR adventures in the Solus Project. Thank you very much for joining me.